to tell you a story. A story that still makes my heart heavy each time I remember it. A story of two sisters who were once like twins, inseparable, joyful, and admired by everyone. Their names were Ada and Chioma. Ada was the older one, and Chioma was her younger sister. They did everything together. They wore the same clothes, braided each other's hair, cooked together, and even slept in the same bed. If you saw Ada, you would surely see Chioma beside her. They laughed together, played together, and cried together. People in the village used to say, "These girls are blessings to their parents. Look how they care for each other." It was true. There was so much love between them that even strangers could feel it. They were not just sisters, they were best friends. One sunny afternoon, something happened that slowly changed everything. A young prince from a neighboring village came to visit his uncle who lived nearby. His name was Prince Emeka. He was tall, handsome, and had a kind smile that could melt anyone's heart. He was also the only son of a powerful king, which made him even more special. While walking through the market square one day, Prince Emeka's eyes caught someone. It was Chioma. She was helping an old woman carry firewood, smiling as she walked. There was something so pure and gentle about her. Prince Emeka couldn't stop watching her. He asked someone, "Who is that girl?" "That's Chioma," the person said. "She's the younger sister of Ada." From that day, Prince Emeka started finding excuses to come to the village more often. Sometimes he would buy fruits he didn't need, just to catch a glimpse of Chioma. Eventually, he got the courage to speak to her. Chioma, being a humble and respectful girl, greeted him politely. That was the beginning of their friendship. At first, it was just greetings and smiles. But soon, their friendship grew stronger. They would talk for hours, laughing, sharing stories, and slowly falling in love. Chioma trusted her sister more than anyone, so one day, she brought Prince Emeka home to meet her. "Sister," she said with a big smile on her face. "This is Emeka. He's a prince from the next village." Ada looked at him, forcing a smile. "You're welcome," she said politely. They sat together in the sitting room, shared a meal, and talked. After Prince Emeka left, Ada hugged Chioma and said, "I'm proud of you. You're lucky to have someone like Prince Emeka." But deep inside her heart, Ada was not happy. She smiled on the outside, but inside, she was troubled. "How can my younger sister find love before me?" she thought. "Is she better than me?" She didn't hate Chioma, but a silent bitterness started growing in her heart. And that bitterness would later lead to something no one expected. Meanwhile, Prince Emeka loved Chioma deeply. He took her to his village to meet his parents, the king and queen. They were amazed by her beauty and gentle character. She was respectful, humble, and carried herself with grace. The queen said, "This girl will bring peace and joy into our family." Even Prince Emeka's sister, Princess Victory, became fond of Chioma. The two of them would sit under the big mango tree in the palace yard, talking and laughing like they had known each other for years. They braided each other's hair and shared secrets like sisters. Chioma had found love, and it was beautiful. She and Prince Emeka would sit together under the tree, whispering dreams to each other, making promises of forever. Sometimes, they would walk to the riverside in the evening, holding hands, their feet touching the cool water as they talked about the future. It was like a dream. But while Chioma was swimming in happiness, Ada was slowly sinking into loneliness. She began to feel left out. Her sister was no longer always beside her. The games they used to play, the talks they used to have, they were all fading. Chioma was always with Emeka now. Ada began to eat alone, sleep alone, and walk alone. And that silence in her life began to speak loudly in her heart. The bond between the sisters had not broken, but it was no longer as strong as it used to be. And Ada, though smiling when Chioma was around, began to feel something dangerous growing inside her. Something that might soon change everything. But while the whole village was celebrating the love between Chioma and Prince Emeka, Ada was slowly building something dangerous in her heart. Each night, after everyone had gone to sleep, Ada would lie on her bed with her eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. Thoughts flooded her mind like a storm. How can my younger sister marry before me? She whispered to herself again and again. No. It can't happen. It won't happen. I must stop this before it's too late. Her heart, once full of love, had now become a place of jealousy, bitterness, and anger. She started avoiding Chioma during the day, pretending to be busy or tired. But at night, she would lie awake, planning something dark, something no one would ever expect. And then, a few months later, it happened. Prince Emeka's family came to Chioma's village to meet her parents formally. It was the traditional introduction ceremony. The whole village buzzed with joy and excitement. Music filled the air, children danced around with palm leaves, and women sang and clapped their hands with happiness. "She is truly blessed," one woman whispered to her friend. "Yes," another replied. "Imagine marrying the son of King Maduka." Chioma's parents were overjoyed. Her mother danced with tears in her eyes. Her father smiled proudly as he welcomed Prince Emeka's family. That day, they exchanged gifts, shared food, and collected the traditional marriage list from Chioma's family. But behind all the laughter and celebration, Ada sat quietly, watching with a cold smile on her lips. No one noticed how stiff her smile was. No one saw the fire in her eyes. In her heart, she was making a final decision. I will not let her get married. I will stop this, no matter what it takes. The wedding day was fixed for the following month. Chioma and Prince Emeka were over the moon. They spent more time together, planning their future, dreaming about their wedding day, and laughing under the moonlight like they always did. The joy in the air was thick. Everyone could feel it. But then, just 4 days before the wedding, something terrible happened. It was a quiet afternoon. The sun was soft, and the birds were singing gently in the trees. Ada walked up to Chioma with a strange smile on her face. "Sister," she said sweetly, "can you follow me to the farm? I saw something I want to show you." Chioma, trusting her sister as always, didn't hesitate. "All right," she said, smiling. "Let me just get my slippers." They walked together down the narrow path that led to the family's farmland. The trees swayed gently, and the air smelled like ripe fruit and soil. They walked for a while, until they were deep inside the farm, far from where anyone could hear them. Then, something unexpected happened. Chioma stopped and turned around. "Sister, what is it you wanted to show me?" Ada didn't answer. She slowly reached into her basket and brought out a kitchen knife she had hidden underneath some leaves. Chioma took a step back, confused. "Ada, what are you doing?" Tears rolled down Ada's face as she said, "I'm sorry, but I can't let you go through with this wedding." Before Chioma could run, Ada rushed forward and pushed her. Chioma fell face down onto the soft ground. And there, in the silence of the farm, surrounded by trees and birds that didn't understand human evil, Ada did the unthinkable. She ended her sister's life. She dropped the knife and fell to her knees, shaking. Her heart was pounding like thunder. She cried. She screamed. But it was too late. What had been done could never be undone. Ada buried the knife under a pile of leaves and rushed home. Her dress had small stains, but she told their mother she had gone to fetch some cassava. No one suspected anything. That night, Ada cried in her room, pretending to mourn her sister's disappearance. She screamed louder than anyone when their mother began to panic. Chioma didn't come back home, her mother said, pacing the compound. "Have you seen her, Ada?" "No," Ada lied, her eyes full of fake tears. "She said she was going to the market." The family searched. The village searched. Messages were sent to Prince Emeka's palace asking if Chioma had gone there. No, came the reply. We haven't seen her. 2 days passed. Chioma's wedding was only 2 days away, but the bride was missing. The entire village was worried. People gathered in small groups, whispering, praying, and waiting. Then, on the 3rd day, a hunter from a neighboring village came running to the chief's house. I found something in the farm, a girl's body, he said, trembling. The villagers rushed to the scene. And there she was, Chioma, cold and still, lying on the very soil where she once played as a child. Her beautiful white dress was torn, her eyes closed forever. When her body was brought home, her mother collapsed in tears. My daughter. My beautiful Chioma. What did she do to deserve this? The wailing could be heard across the hills. Drums stopped beating. Children stopped playing. Everyone went silent. When Prince Emeka heard the news, he collapsed on the palace floor. He didn't speak for hours. He didn't eat. He didn't sleep. That night, they buried Chioma beside the big mango tree she once sat under with Emeka, laughing and dreaming. But the story did not end there. That same night, Ada had a strange dream. In the dream, she was standing alone in the middle of a dark forest. Suddenly, Chioma appeared before her, wearing a long white dress, glowing like the moon. She didn't speak. She just looked at Ada with sad eyes. You took my life, Chioma said finally, her voice soft like the wind. But I will not let you rest. Ada screamed and woke up with a loud cry. But when she opened her eyes, Chioma was still there, standing at the end of her bed, staring at her. Chioma! Ada screamed again, falling off her bed. Her mother rushed into the room. What happened? She asked, holding her daughter. Why are you screaming? I saw her. I saw Chioma. Ada cried. She was standing there, looking at me. Her mother, with tears still in her own eyes, held Ada close. You are only thinking too much, my daughter. But don't worry. God will expose whoever did this to my child. They will never go unpunished. And from that moment, Ada's nights were never the same again. Ada became quiet. She no longer laughed. She no longer smiled. During the day, she sat alone, her eyes far away, lost in thoughts. At night, she couldn't sleep. Even when she closed her eyes, she could still see her sister's face. Chioma began to torment her. She would appear in Ada's dreams, wearing a white dress, her face filled with pain. Why, Ada? Why did you do this to me? Chioma would ask softly. I loved you. You were my sister. Ada would wake up screaming, her clothes soaked with sweat. Her mother would rush into the room every time. What is it again, Ada? She would ask with worry in her voice. Ada would only shake her head and whisper, Nothing, nothing, Mama. But it was never nothing. One day, something strange happened. Ada was sitting quietly in the family compound, staring at the trees. Her mind was full of guilt and fear. Her eyes were tired, and her heart was heavy. Suddenly, the air around her grew cold. She looked up. Chioma was standing right in front of her. Her white dress flowed in the wind, and her eyes stared deep into Ada's soul. Sister, Chioma said in a calm but strong voice. Why did you kill me? I loved you. I never meant to hurt you. But you didn't let me enjoy my life. Now, I will not let you enjoy yours. Ada jumped up, screaming at the top of her voice. I'm sorry. Please, Chioma, forgive me. I didn't mean to kill you. The neighbors nearby heard the scream and came running. What is it? What's going on here? They asked. Ada fell on her knees, crying and shaking. I will confess, she shouted. I confess. Confess what? One of the men asked. Please forgive me. I will never do it again, Ada cried loudly, grabbing the leg of one of the villagers. Her mother came out quickly, shocked and confused. Ada, what is happening to you? She asked. Ada looked at her mother, her face wet with tears. Mama, please forgive me, she said. Forgive you for what? Her mother asked. Ada took a deep breath and dropped her head in shame. I killed Chioma. I'm the one who killed my sister. The whole compound fell silent. What did you just say? Her mother gasped, her hand over her chest. I took Chioma to the farm that day and I ended her life, because I was jealous. I couldn't stand the thought of her getting married before me. No man has ever talked to me, but everyone loved Chioma. Even a prince came for her. I was angry, and I did something evil. The villagers screamed. People held their heads in shock. Some shouted in disbelief. The news reached Prince Emeka. When he heard, his heart broke all over again. The pain was too deep. The pain was too deep. He had already lost Chioma, and now he found out that her own sister was behind it. The king was also very angry. How can someone take the life of their own blood because of jealousy? He asked. He sent his guards to arrest Ada and bring her to the palace. Ada was dragged through the village, crying and begging. Her mother ran behind them, also crying and pleading. When they reached the palace, Ada was thrown on the floor before the king. Please, Your Majesty, forgive me, she cried, holding the king's feet. Her mother knelt beside her, also begging. Please, my king, her mother said, her face soaked with tears. She's my only child now. Please don't kill her. But before the king could speak, something strange happened again. Chioma appeared, right there in the palace. Everyone could see her. The guards stepped back in fear. The villagers who followed Ada screamed and ran. Chioma walked slowly toward her sister, her eyes still filled with sadness. You couldn't let me leave, she said softly. But now, I will not let you leave either. Before anyone could stop it, Chioma touched Ada on the forehead. Ada let out a loud scream and fell to the ground, lifeless. The whole palace went silent. The king looked at the empty space where Chioma had stood just moments ago. She was gone. And so, that was how Ada's life ended, not by the king's order, but by the spirit of the sister she had betrayed. Her mother cried bitterly that day. Oh my daughters! I have lost both of you. Everyone in the village learned a powerful lesson that day. Jealousy is a dangerous seed. It starts small, but if you don't remove it, it can grow into something that destroys you and the people you love. That's how Ada's life ended, because of jealousy and envy. Thanks for watching this story. If you are watching for the first time or you are yet to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends and family. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments section below.